Imagine this: you are a young engineer out of college, ready to make a difference in this world. You did engineering because you were interested in applying the science to real world, right? Initial few months, 2 3 months, your company do things to make you learn something, and then a real project comes. You put your heart into it, and the day of the presentation comes. You have your senior team, and then they say, this design will not work. How do you react to that? Pause and think. You put your heart into something, you made up something, and those leadership is very authentic. They tell you this design will not work. How do you react to it? Once again, I tell you, pause and reflect. What is your answer? If you are thinking, अरे यार ये मेरे बस का नहीं है, I am not made up for this, or your reaction is, you lean, you ask some questions, you understand why this has not worked. My friends, welcome to B2B Chronicles. I am your host Rakesh Gupta, and today's podcast is about fixed mindset and growth mindset. So the way we will cover this podcast is, we'll talk about what is fixed mindset, what is growth mindset. We'll talk couple of personalities, celebrities, and then we'll talk some real life examples. And then before we finish, I'm going to give you few tips, 3 tips. How can you inculcate growth mindset? So let's begin. So if the answer to the question, this design doesn't work, if your answer was that I cannot do this, right? And then there was another answer, ask some questions and then try something else. These are the 2 different mindsets. Dr. Carol Dweck from Stanford, she is a psychologist, very well known, and she had done a lot of research in the field of mindsets. She tells us that there are 2 types of mindsets. One is a fixed mindset. In the fixed mindset, either you know or you do not know. You are an expert or you are not an expert. And here everything is either or, है या नहीं है. Whereas in the growth mindset, you may not know, but those questions will be very different afterwards. Can I try again? This is not a failure. This is an opportunity to learn. If these are the points which are coming into your mind, then this is about growth mindset. Let me give you some example to discuss this further. Let's talk one of the very beloved Elon Musk, which features again and again on this podcast. So Elon Musk, when he was working with SpaceX during the launch of private spacecraft launches to the orbit of the Earth, there were very few countries. In fact, there were only 6 countries at that time who had launched the rocket. Falcon 1, they have failed first time, second time, and somehow there were rumors that Elon Musk has told the media that if he is going to fail this time, the Falcon 1's third launch, they are going to scrap this mission. So there was a lot of tension, there was a lot of pressure on everybody to perform, and Falcon 1 third flight took off, and the takeoff was picture perfect. Everything was going fine. But before the first stage and second stage, when the second stage was about to come out, everything went blank. When the screen is blank, what does it mean? It means that that third flight was not successful. Imagine 300 plus people working 80, 90 hours in a week. They put everything on this and the mission has failed. As a leader, what do you do in that situation? And mind you, this was in 2008. This is not Elon Musk of today, which has lot of billions of dollars. He had Tesla, which was again struggling, and SpaceX, where this third mission is also not going successfully. So he came out and said, we are the first one to actually take it to the next flight. So he came out and he clapped for the team's effort. Team's effort. Please focus on this point. And he said, failure is an option here. We are the first one to actually take the first stage all the way out. So this is also success. He had already in 5 seconds the body language of these 300 people changed dramatically. He had this growth mindset. Failure is not a failure. Failure is an opportunity to learn, improve, grow. Here is Elon Musk. He had already worked with other investors because he could think that this was an option. He had actually planned for two more flights if this was not successful. He already got this funding. This 300 plus people who had put everything in this, after 7 weeks, they again put the Falcon 4, one fourth flight, and this time they were successful. This is the power of growth mindset. Let's go to sports arena. In a high school, sophomore years, a gentleman who was playing very well, he was not selected in the college team. The first time NBA, he was not taken in. I am talking about GOAT of basketball, all-time best player, Michael Jordan. When he was not selected at the college team, he did not say, ये मेरे को नहीं आता है, I am not good enough. He said, I'll try harder. I'll practice harder. I'll improve my skills. When he was not selected for NBA team, he didn't say, I'm not good enough. This is not for me. There is a roadblock. No. He practiced harder. He put in more efforts. And then, lo and behold, where we have Michael Jordan. In his own words, he has said that he has missed 9,000 shots. 9,000 shots. He has lost more than 300 games. And during those final moments, when you have to take that final shots, and it was always Michael Jordan, 26 times he missed those shots. He said, I have failed over and over and over and over again. But failure is my stepping stone to success. When he was at the peak of his career, he was not sitting back and enjoying. He woke up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was practicing his shots. It's not about how many shots you miss, it's about how many shots you take. So, I have some good news for you also. Good news is fixed mindset and growth mindset. This is not something that cannot be changed. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमको स्टीरियोटाइप करना है. अभी किसी भी को देखा, अरे तू तो ग्रोथ माइंडसेट है, तू तो फिक्स्ड माइंडसेट है, ऐसे नहीं सोचना है. This is a skill and it can be learned. So you can learn to have growth mindset. How you can have it? I have three simple tips for you. The first one, always take feedback as data point. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कोई फीडबैक देता है ना, उसको क्रिटिसिज्म की तरह देखते हैं कि ये हमारे ऊपर पर्सनली अटैक कर रहा है, देर इज समथिंग पर्सनल इन इट. वो आपको नहीं कर रहा है, नो बडी बॉदर्स टू रियली अटैक यू पर्सनली. आपके खिलाफ किसी को कुछ नहीं है, इट इज नॉट पर्सनल. सो ऑलवेज टेक फीडबैक एज नॉट समथिंग विच इज personal. It is something, a data point that, okay, so Michael Jordan, he thought of, I did not get selected this time, so I was not able to have the kind of performance that is required to go to the next level. It's a data point, nothing else. Feedback is a data point, not a criticism. Second tip, English is a very beautiful language, and there is one simple word in this, yet. So when you say I don't understand, reframe it, I don't understand yet. By adding yet, what you are trying to say, भाई मेरे को आज नहीं आता है, अभी नहीं आता है. It doesn't mean कि फ्यूचर में नहीं आएगा. So by using this wonderful word yet, you can reframe what you are telling your mind. I don't understand to I don't understand yet, I can understand in future. And this is a logical progression that you can have. That's your second tip. And we have one more tip to go. Failure, how do you see failure? हमारी सोसाइटी में, हमारी अपब्रिंगिंग में फेलियर को बहुत ही गलत तरीके से देखा जाता है. फेल हो गया. बट कैन यू इमेजिन व्हेन यू वर अ चाइल्ड, यू सी अ चाइल्ड, कोई भी पैदा होते सीधा ही दौड़ने लगता है क्या? नो, राइट? वो क्रॉल करेगा, गिरेगा, इधर गिरेगा, उधर गिरेगा. नाउ दैट चाइल्ड, इफ दैट चाइल्ड शी हैड थॉट दिस इज अ फेलियर, वो चलना सीखती थी? नॉट पॉसिबल. फेलियर is not a failure. Failure is an opportunity to learn, to improve. Failure is only a failure if we do not take any learnings from it. But no learning, no growth happens if you have not failed. How do you see failure is very important aspect of what kind of mindset you are developing. So these were three tips that I think you may find it useful. If you have some more tips, write in the comment section. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and not to forget, put your comments inside the comments box. I hope you continue on this journey with us. If you have some other topics, ideas, if you like something, if you dislike something, please keep the conversation happening. Thank you so much.